Gather round, true believers, that's if you still living. We talking Hank Pym, aka Ant-Man. Ending Phase 2, Ant-Man the movie was pivotal. Scott Lang continued the story arc in Captain America Civil War. This was the beginning of the best phase of the MCU so far, Phase 3. But if it weren't for this introduction scene featuring Dr. Henry Jonathan Hank Pym, the original Ant-Man, his historically underrated significance would still be his most consistent attribute. Instead, it's the Pym particle.
The Pym particle is the most revolutionary science ever developed.
If you know where you are and who you're listening to right now, then you should really appreciate this. If Dr. Pym had gone to Moscow in 1989, as S.H.I.E.L.D. had planned here,
you were instructed to go to Russia. May I remind you, Dr. Pym, that you're a soldier and
a scientist. Then act like one.
Howard Stark and his wife Maria may very well have survived instead of being killed by the Winter Soldier in 1991. Can you imagine what the variants from that timeline would be like in the multiverse saga? Because Howard's focus would have been on Pym particles, he may not have seen the necessity to personally transport the super soldier serum unguarded to the Pentagon. This made him a target as shown in Captain America Civil War. Organizations like the Ten Rings and Hydra have historically been trying to replicate Dr. Pym's invention to no avail until finally, the Quantumania trailer shows us Nathaniel Richards, better known as Kang the Conqueror, and Darren Cross, Marvel Studios' MODOK, respectively, in the now infamous Quantum Realm. Since we are starting with the MCU canon supported theories, what if? The Quantumania trailers have simply been showing us how Kang ends up conquering the TVA and building a statue according to the alternate timeline in the series finale at the end of Loki Season 1. Better yet, what if Hank Pym had fought the Winter Soldier the night of December 16, 1991? That's something to think about. This is why Hank Pym matters. Picking back up towards the end of Phase 3 by expounding on the plot points of the Quantum Realm, which is the dimension that enables time travel in the MCU, Ant-Man unwittingly had set up the basis for the next saga centering the multiverse. Returning as the unexpected hero to spark the Avengers' comeback win, Scott Lang had planted the seed of his significance throughout the storied MCU and became a believable legend within it. Hank Pym's discovery of the Pym particles, the Quantum Realm, along with his work with S.H.I.E.L.D. and his founding of Pym Technologies made it all possible. Granted, in the name of comics, it was Reed Richards who improved the Pym particles to allow travel to the microverse, or what we call the Quantum Realm now. Once Scott infiltrated Avengers headquarters, the rumor got around that the Ant-Man tech was back in action after 3 decades. This incident also alerted Darren Cross to what the Pyms were up to. Hydra agent Mitchell Carson stole the Yellow Jacket particle as a result. We still don't know what he did with that. The enigmatic, often misunderstood character of Dr. Pym has been understated both in comics and the MCU as well. It was obvious in hindsight from the post-credits scene in Ant-Man that the importance of the technology, the moniker he created and passed to Scott Lang, was more important than Marvel Studios had let us know. We only got the beginning of the vision in Endgame. The next level of this epic was given to us in Loki Season 1 on Disney+. The multiversal wars signaled the introduction of the villain threatening all existence as the universe knew it, personified in the Kang variant, He Who Remains. He set Marvel Studios up to continued greatness and success. The MCU plot points hinting at Marvel Comics' successful crossover phenomenon, Secret Wars, all begins with the discovery of the Pym particle and access to and from the Quantum Realm. Where one Stark came up short, his son would improve on all genius that came before and perfect time travel, thanks to Hank Pym. First appearing in Tales to Astonish, number 27 in September 1961, only to don the first Ant-Man suit in Tales to Astonish number 35 in June 1962, this original founder of the Avengers gave the team its name along with the Wasp, created artificial intelligence with Ultron, and ultimately, he achieved all of this by mastering the size control of inorganic and organic matter, finding the stability and chaos and the beauty in it all. Above Reed Richards and Tony Stark and Victor Von Doom, in the name of comics of course, Hank Pym is the man of science. Although Hydra had already infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D. very early on in its inception, they were not able to utilize Pym particles without Dr. Pym. Well trained in the martial arts of judo, karate, and wrestling, it's suffice to say the Doc's got hands, although he hasn't always had the best judgment in how he used those hands due to bipolar disorder induced by extensive use of his size-altering powers. Dr. Pym is still a hero. The Foster theory shared in Ant-Man and the Wasp postulates that, in an isolated system, particles coexist in a stable phase relationship. If the system is interfered with, that stability becomes chaos, unpredictable, dangerous, beautiful. Isolated completely, a quantum system would revert back to several states of matter, each entangled with a distinct state of its environment. In other words, the object in question would be in and out of phase with multiple parallel realities. This helps to not only explain the powers of Dr. Bill Foster's ward, Ava Star, aka Ghost, but the balance in the quantum realm, as well as Wanda Maximoff's chaos powers and their relationship with the multiverse. This theory can also be used to explain the powers Janet Van Dyne may have developed while being stuck in the quantum realm, and forebodes the powers we will see Kang possess having been stuck in the quantum realm as well. Dr. Foster also mentions Posner molecules in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Named after Aaron Posner, a scientist from Cornell University, these molecules consist of phosphorus ions that have been theorized to exist in the human brain and possess the ability to create the potential for quantum entanglement. A perfect science fiction detail for Marvel Studios to run with. These particles could theoretically turn the brain into a quantum computer using the Posner molecules to process quantum information called qubits. Between Scott Lang's biological makeup, his use of Dr. Pym's particles, and the EMP technology that the Wakandans discovered that Hank Pym used to communicate with ants, Janet was able to leave a signal in Scott's brain and use it to tell her husband and daughter exactly where she was in the quantum realm. It appears that same process may be reverse engineered and used to bring the heroes back into the quantum realm for Quantumania. As previously mentioned, it was discovered by Wakandan spies sent into Pym Technologies by King T'Chaka during the Cold War that Dr. Pym uses EMPs at a specific frequency to speak to ants. Dr. Pym's research was also used by Shuri to improve the design of the Komoyo beads EMP weaponry and thereby the weaponry of the Black Panther suit. For a nation as advanced as Wakanda to find cause to spy on and steal science, all evidence is there to prove why Hank Pym matters. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to this In the Name of Comics YouTube channel. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter as well. Mint God, the man-child in the Savage Land out. Peace.